Hello everyone, my name is Sev, and this is a bit of a guide of Bladefall and Blade Blast Inquisitor. So this build is created, or as far as I know, this build has existed for a while, but I'm following a guide by BigDucks. He's a streamer and YouTuber. I will link his channel in the description and you can check him out. He's a great guy, I absolutely love watching his stream. But on his stream I noticed that a lot of people don't quite understand the concept of how this build works, or specifically how this build scales damage and defenses. So I'll be making this is a bit of a guide for helping you out understand how to replace an expensive item such as Vulcanus and replace it with something more affordable, such as Doriani's Catalyst, or a great two-hander with a lot of physical damage and fire damage, or I don't know, something similar like a Dietis or whatever. Or Seventh Son. Either in any case, this is gonna be a guide for that. So, our Inquisitor, we are running a lot of auras. I will explain how later. We are running 100% conversion from physical to fire. We're doing that via Avatar of Fire. These two little nodes over here, they convert 40, and these gloves over here. These gloves are really cheap. Not a lot of people have noticed that these gloves are, worth what they're worth. So I got these incredible gloves for a very cheap price of like 20C or something like that. So this helps us convert all the damage. If we didn't have these gloves, or if they somehow skyrocket after this video, we will be using a shield, which is Chernobog's Pillar, which converts 25% of physical damage to fire damage. Since I didn't want to use this shield, because other than the conversion, it's kind of useless to me. And yeah, I decided to get these gloves instead. So in Ultimatums, what I've noticed is, because we stand still for a solid, I don't know, maybe a second at most, the Ultimatum monsters pile up on top of us and either shotgun us or just kill us with their ridiculous speed, because they do rile up as you survive in the Ultimatum. So let's run a map, find an Ultimatum. Also, on top of that, other than the conversion, we are using a shield instead of a two-hander. I used to use Olnatol's Embrace, which is the highest flat physical damage weapon. So the numbers up top in physical damage, right there under the percentage quality, there's 146 to 272. The higher that number is, the higher physical damage we get, right? So attack speed doesn't matter. We don't scale attack speed. So when you search for an item that has a lot of flat physical damage, you don't care about attack speed. You can write down 1 attack speed in the search bar, and it will be fine. Because all we really want is just flat damage, flat physical damage. So when we do find a kind of an item, like Olnatol's Embrace, for example, that's all we care about. In any case, when I was using two-handers, I noticed that I've been dying way too much, because for that 1 second that we stand still, it's enough time for us to die. So in that case, I decided to grab a shield, which gives us recovery of energy shield when you block. You can also take recovery of life when you block, and that will be perfect as well. On top of that, in our skill tree, I'm using Unwavering Stance, cannot be stunned, absolutely necessary. You do not want to get stunned for even a second, because this absolutely destroys you. So I'm taking this thing. You can also take something like this, or get some more cannot be stunned on your boots as an enchantment. I don't have it though. But yeah, you don't want to get stunned. Also, we found an ultimatum. Let me tell you something about Choking Miasma. Choking Miasma is something you'll be taking all the time, because it's an extremely easy thing to avoid. But you can use it to help yourself out. So Choking Miasma does damage over time. Soul of Arkali, the second capture queen of the Great Tangle, which is in Jungle Valley. If you use Divine Vessel and you go put it in your map device with Jungle Valley, you'll kill the monster, like the end boss, and it will give you the Pantheon perk, benefit, whatever you want to call it. Increased recovery rate of life and energy shield if you've stopped taking damage over time recently. So all of a sudden, Choking Miasma becomes a buff for us. On top of that, we're also taking Soul of Shakari, which is reduced chaos damage taken. This is also reduced damage taken from damage over time. So we take pretty much we take some damage over time, but it's not enough damage over time for it to be a major problem. Also, it gives us a lot more recovery. So let's get that done and showcase it. So I just stopped taking damage over time, and my life is straight up just gonna skyrocket up. Let me just find this little thing. Damage over time, damage over time. We're not taking pretty much any damage at all. So yeah, just kill all these guys. So that's how you make Choking Miasma actually benefit you instead of hurting you. Which is, I feel like, an important trick for these ultimatums. On top of that, we're also using Rumi's Concoction to increase our block chance even more. It's kind of necessary. It gives us a lot of armor too, so that's physical damage reduction. We're using a Basalt Flask because, again, physical damage reduction is absolutely necessary for this build, or for any build in general. We are using a Forbidden Taste Flask as well, because Forbidden Taste has two things that benefit us. It's a great oh shit button, because it gives us full life on use, and it also, for the next 4 seconds, gives us the Quartz Flask effect, which is 10% chance to dodge and spells and attacks. It also gives us phasing, which is also absolutely necessary for ultimatums, since there's a lot of mobs running all the time. Also, it gives us 8% of maximum life taken as chaos damage per second. So that also applies to our Soul of Aracali, which gives us recovery. So it all kind of plays into each other. Oh wow, that's a pretty decent scepter. Damn, that's like one of the first good rewards I got from ultimatums. Yeah, so it all plays into the recovery itself. Like all the chaos damage that we take kind of like ends up, or overtime damage that we take kind of ends up giving us more recovery after we are done taking it, right? So that's kind of what I've noticed is absolutely necessary in ultimatums at the moment. Let me just finish this guy up, and we'll talk some more about how we're running so many auras as well as a golem. Because I've noticed that Purity, Herald of Purity is absolutely necessary for us. Not only does it give us a great damage buff, because it's, you know, it scales our physical damage and stuff, but it gives us these little bastards, these heralds that, or the Purity Herald guys that run around and tank damage instead of us, which is, whoa, that's a lot of loot. They tank damage instead of us, and I think that that's absolutely incredible. So yeah, how are we doing that? We are running Vitality, Zealotry, Herald of Ash, Herald of Purity. We're doing that by having an Enlighten somewhere. We have an Enlighten, which the Ultimatum gave us, but it's only an Enlighten level 2, so it doesn't really do all that much for us. You can like take off the Vitality and it's not going to be a major problem, but you definitely need the minus reduced reservation of skills, which is going to give you enough mana unreserved to run Zealotry, Herald of Ash, Herald of Purity. On top of that, if you do find an Intuitive Leap, you can grab this, but that's not absolutely 100% necessary. But yeah, Herald of Purity, absolutely necessary to do anything. On top of that, I don't think there's much more to it other than that. Like, that's kind of what you want for recovery. And for your auras and stuff. But I'm pretty sure you've noticed we haven't really been taking much damage at all. I'm just standing here taking shots and stuff like that. It's really not a big deal. So a lot of people who have been having trouble with this build, I hope you guys understand now how exactly to scale the damage, how to get survivability on this build. And yeah, that's probably all there is to it. Oh, also, Steel Skin. Steel Skin should be linked to increased duration, arcane surge, and second wind support. You need second wind for a faster cooldown recovery time. Right now it's 2.24 seconds. Without it, it's 2.73. Increased duration. Supported skills have 64% increased skill effect duration. So you would think that it would also take longer to cool down, but as you can see, 224 cooldown time, it's still 224 cooldown time. So it only affects the effect, which is Steel Skin's effect itself, the 2209 damage negation mechanic, whatever it gives you. Okay, in any case, I hope this helped you guys understand exactly how to play this build, and I hope you're enjoying Ultimatum League. I hope you're getting better rewards than I am, because I've been getting absolutely fuck all for the past I don't know how long. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and that's it. Bye.